I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and this is a photo of my father, Edward the Eighth. And this is the family where I was kidnapped in 41 at age 2, and this is me in the middle front row. I was brought to this family and put there in a pigsty. They didn't have cars. This was made probably about 1943 or 44. They were all dressed for this and groomed. It doesn't show their house over here, the shack, that was so abusive and sick and dirty, and so much hell happened to me. I want to continue and hope that somewhere along the line, and excuse me for this going all over the place, I don't have a studio, etc. I am only going to show you Carl, the twin. Both of them were killed by their mother. I found out in 83 my real name, and they were both dead. They'd given me her name and told me he was dead. This is Lina Dempsey, the mother of the twins. They were born out of wedlock. Actually, well, since I have to use this, her name still. When I got the records from Montgomery, Alabama, they were born in Moulton. That's where I was taken. The dates didn't jive. In fact, the twins were born, it's my understanding, at least a year or so earlier. And there are records that can be found to prove it other things would prove it. But they inserted January the what? To fit the dates they gave me. I guess that's the 7, 1939, because the twins were born another date. So they just marked through it. They've still got the 8 there. And by the way, I want to go ahead and say this. Hirschberger is the one who sent this from the state of Alabama. I've always lived in and about Hirschberger Road here in Roanoke, the mall and everything. This is my dad, Edward the Eighth, who married Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe. I don't have a photo of my mom. This is the double that married Wallace Simpson, probably more than one. The imposter became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Illegal title. My father and mother were married at the time he abdicated in 86, forced abdication, plot to take down my dad because, quite frankly, he was a good guy. Now, let me see if I can get over here. I'm going to show this because I've put it up a lot. Larry Flint, Hustler Magazine. He was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, using the Lawrence. I was taken to Lawrence County. Montgomery's where the birth certificate's from. And I want to inject this real quick. The Virginia Tech shootings, Blacksburg's in Montgomery County. But the other patterns lie in, if you get into it, I don't think there's been any of those, at least not put up recently, the last, since Trump got into office. I don't think that had anything to do with it. But anyway, the mass shootings, Aurora, Colorado, Tucson, Arizona, Virginia Tech, etc., they're done in patterns. But there's been people that mind control's used on, and you can't prove it. My God, there's probably, you'll never know. You can knock them off. Way back, you could use Hamset, and, excuse me, I'm going to have to turn this around. I think I've got that up. I'm going to put this behind me because I don't know, my phone's not working. Larry Flint was shot. I think I showed that, but I'm going to show it again. And he's endorsed me there, April of 84. I was at his home, and I knew his was a mind control shooting. And I'd never met him when I was living there doing the book. So I'm trying to hold on to this, and quite frankly, I'm pretty sick at the moment. My health from what's been done to me and how I've been made to live. Now then, wait a minute, there was something else I was going to get out here. I wanted to get to the fact about Bear Bryant. I knew, let me put this down. I hope this is going to go up because my other videos of later going up, and then there's 2, and the one that goes up on YouTube is untitled. So, something's wrong there. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything else there. It doesn't, part of it's muted. I did want to go into this. I was thinking last night about Bear Bryant. I love the Crimson Tide. That's about the only thing I like about Alabama. So much was done there. I was taken to Moulton, given the name of Peggy Ann Dempsey, the twin, married Childers. And in ninth grade, I always loved the Crimson Tide and Bear Bryant. He took them out of the hole they were in and made them great. And now then they've got a great coach now. I adore him. I don't know him, but I like him. So anyway, I wrote the book and Larry Flint was shot. And it's the timeline and associated with, the names associated with, and they can be proven, most of them beyond a reasonable doubt. Now then, the others that other agency did, I know nothing about. But I did want to put this in. Okay, let me put this. I'm leaving out all the other. I put it up on YouTube's and Facebook if you care to look where I put the other evidence and stuff. Anyway, I was in Tampa going to Bradenton November the 16th of 82. And went through Tampa, and about the time I went through, Jennifer Martinez, her father was mayor then, was kidnapped. Her father became governor, and then he became drug czar under the Bush administration. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, because then you've got Lee Brown, who was police commissioner in Atlanta. During the Wayne Williams, he was brought in murders, which a lot of this goes back in when the profilers came in about 1981, and the old people I knew at the FBI were cleared out. But anyway, there's a book, The List, by Chet Detlinger, or there was. He was an FBI retired, and they tried to say he did it. But anyway, those were mind control murders, and there's a lot involved in that. And his attorney, I even spoke with Mary Welcome. She was going to come over to Huntsville, where I had been taken against my will with antifreeze in me by Lina Dempsey, mother of the twins. And I know this is not going up. I can't help it. I'm sitting, I don't have a